Welcome to NP&J.
We're going to talk about video games.
And sandwiches.
Hello, welcome back to NP&J.
Hey.
You know what I noticed, and I wanted to mention it?
What?
Is now I understand why Sora has a popsicle in the opening screen art.
That's what you wanted to point out?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it. That was... No, I'm really intrigued actually now by this story and everything, as convoluted as it is. Wow, we don't have to shoot 1,000 things to get to a new place.
I think we might.
In the future, but...
Possibly. Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't know either, but that's already an improvement from the first one. We're excited for... I'm excited for the third one.
Comes out in a month.
But I hope we get far enough into this that, oh, Pete. Sneaky Pete. I don't like that they brought her back. Like, she was done in the previous game.
Yeah, but it's Disney, and Disney has to have reoccurring villains.
They have 1,000 villains to choose from, though. Why did they have to bring her back? Because now we've got Pete. And there's so many others that they can choose from, all their other, like the Wicked Witch from Snow White. I mean, she would be a good one to come back.
Yeah. Oh well. For those who are longtime listeners, you'll probably, hopefully, notice a difference. But we're doing another different audio setup here.
Nikki likes to point that out every time.
Well, it's important. They need to know that we're trying to improve our production quality.
Oh, yeah.
And that if sometimes it sounds weird or different, it's only because it is.
It is, yeah. That's an interesting building.
Yeah, this was the last place we went to.
Oh.
From the first game.
Oh, okay. Are those those are the regular Heartless that we were familiar with in the last game.
Looks like we're gonna have to do some fighting.
When don't we, Goofy? So that's what it ended up looking like?
Yeah, I guess they tried to put it together as best as they could after the world fell apart.
So those are cranes who are... Okay.
I think.
Because to me, it just looks like a weird building.
Some of it... Yeah, it looks like they're putting it back together.
Kinda, yeah.
Weird cranes and stuff. Yeah.
Aww. Oh, which one were you?
He's the red one.
I know, but I think Dewey is the blue one. Is Huey the red one and Louie the green one?
You would probably know more than I would.
I think that's how I figured it out. I associated dew to like water and blue.
By leveling up a form, these abilities can use even more a particular form.
I didn't understand what you just said.
Acquire abilities and strength from both weapons.
And get a new outfit, it looks like.
The ability of the sub-weapon is only valid in that particular form.
Sweet.
Okay.
Valor!
What? Wait. These are all of our things already?
Apparently. It's been a couple weeks since we last had a recording session. Christmas has happened, actually.
Yes.
And we're starting up New Year, but by the time you hear this, it'll be into the New Year.
Oh,
We're still in 2018. The very last day, actually.
Yeah. It's New Year's Eve.
So, this is how we celebrate New Year's Eve.
Okay, I was confused for a second. This is his power form, and then this is his regular form. I'm like, when did we get all those abilities? We didn't.
Oh, okay. Mithril stone.
Alright, we're going to equip you, give you a little bit extra AP, which will hopefully let us do some extra ability stuff once we get stuff to abilitize.
Cool. Nikki's going to have to click on all the news because the bright shining news is going to drive him nuts.
It does. It's annoying.
News or these people are new, apparently. We did not meet them before, ever. Treasures!
So there's 5 things to get here. We missed a lot in the last place.
Oh, yeah. So I wouldn't say I don't know if Maleficent or the Evil Queen from Snow White would be on par with Power. Because the Evil Queen just wanted to be pretty and could turn herself into a witch, but she couldn't turn herself into a dragon like Maleficent can.
Yeah, but Maleficent's power was more instantaneous, but the Queen's was more brewing. Yeah, so she could brew something that could be powerful. It's just, yeah, so it took a little bit more time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what Disney baddies that they have. I'm just going back to Snow White, and then well, we've already seen the Fantasia big bad, and I suddenly forgot his name. Let's see.
The Demon Lord?
Yeah, because he was in the other game.
Yes.
Not the final boss, but one of them.
Yeah.
And then, you know, of course, I'm going to more recent ones where Gaston.
Cool. I'm not going to be doing much of that.
Kupo.
I never really got into all of the item creation and synthesizing that.
It's
Just not just in this game, but like every game. Hello, Scrooge.
DuckTales. I loved DuckTales.
It was a good one.
Back when I was a kid. I have not seen the remake with David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck. I'm curious because I love David Tennant from Doctor Who. I know he was in a lot of things prior to and has been in a lot of different things since, but you know, he's
a
good doctor.
I heard it was good.
Yeah.
I think I saw the first episode.
I've had you watch a couple David Tennant ones, but not a lot. Why? If it, oh, he's Scottish.
Yeah.
Why, if it isn't Donald? And the Goofy. Hello, lads. I don't think I'm doing a really good Scottish accent, right? And look, you all look hale and hearty. That does not sound Scottish to me. I have to get into my Scottish mode. Yeah, you do, Donald. If only I were. Yeah, that's Scottish. That's Scottish. I kinda seem to recreate my favorite old time ice cream. I'd make millions if I just got it right. You know, ice cream came from St. Louis in the World's Fair in 1904. Or it was made like terrible. It was made mass production or more well known. And hot dogs were made for the 1904 World's Fair. This ice cream looks like it could make good ice cream.
Sure.
The game has time for this. Let's go make ice cream. But we'll probably get something or move the story along. And we play Brave Exvius, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and this is the week where they've released their Sora and their Kingdom Hearts Curado.
Yeah, that little collaboration event.
Yeah. It would have been better if they had done like Kyrie or something, but
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I like Cloud, but we don't need 2 Clouds.
Yuffie.
When we could have had, different new characters. It would have been more.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. You just have to deal with it.
And it makes sense why we couldn't have Donald or
Yeah.
information. Defeat the nobodies. I'm glad I'm not playing this playthrough because I'm not great. I don't have a lot of experience playing console games. And 2, it's fun to watch because now I can concentrate on other things instead of then trying to figure out how to push the right buttons in the right sequence to not die.
Yeah, mostly it's just the X button.
Yeah.
But this one, it gets more complicated.
Mm-hmm.
They
that was
have,
a cool shot. They both
they
killed
have
them at the same time.
Quick time events with triangle, and then you got the
Hey, you guys!
R1 with the lock, and you got to rotate
I
that.
see you're
And
still in top form.
What'd you expect?
that was
Looks like
interesting
you're
with the
doing
voice
okay.
actors
Well, what did you expect?
from Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
Great!
the
Hey, Yuffie.
love it or hate it
Nope.
sequel, I guess, to Final Fantasy VII. They had the voice actors from that do the
You guys again.
same characters in this game, or vice versa. I can't remember which came first.
I think in Final Fantasy X-2, what was the character's name? But the one of the I guess the trio of guys who they run into every once in a while, but the one who had like most of his body made out of machines or whatever. The voice actor, I wish I knew his name because I'm terrible with names, but I guess they liked his performance as that character in that game, that they used him as Sephiroth in the Advent Children, I believe, is what I heard about that.
That's a possibility. I don't know for sure. But it's cool to see that, especially in the last couple of years, that voice actors are getting more credit.
Amazing.
Yeah, voice actors and mocap, motion capture actors.
Andy Serkis
Yeah,
basically is the king of that. You know, if you're going to have a movie with motion capture, he's typically in it.
Cool, he got it. Yeah, that not solely just actors, but different kind of actors and variety. Because, I mean, kids have grown up, like, we're sitting here playing a Disney game, technically. And we've grown up with all of the Disney animated things, and we remember those, and we love those, and some of the voice actors in that brought those roles to life. That's why we loved them so much. But they would only win awards for, like, oh, best soundtrack, or best animated
Original
picture.
song, maybe.
Yeah, not like good acting. It's like, well, yeah, it's good acting.
It's even it's harder because you only have your voice to use to get the emotion and everything across. You don't have your body language and
Or
your
other
facial
people you're
expression.
acting with.
Yeah, and you're in a sound booth by yourself, and you've got to know what the other person's feeling while they're saying their line and that and.
Yeah. Well, it's also hard too because oh, what was it? Oh crap, I can't remember.
I don't even know.
I forgot.
Where was the thread?
Cool, it's being used to rebuild the town. That's great. AP boost.
Woohoo.
AP boost. No, go my AP boost. Is it a better AP boost than what I have? Oh, it's permanent. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sora. Durr. That's good to find early on.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Come on, there you go. What did it have to do? Is
Voice acting good, motion capture good.
Oh, lip syncing. In the earlier days, you had to lip sync to the lip flaps on the animated, so you had to time your sentences appropriately as best as you could.
Which is why in Final Fantasy X, when they brought it over, it was so awkward because the way you say sentences in Japanese is structured so much differently than in English.
Oh, yeah.
So the pauses and stuff made sense if it was Japanese. It made complete sense, but then it was always like in the middle of a sentence or maybe even the middle of a word sometimes,
Well,
the pauses.
Yeah, and the script was hard too because you needed to find words to match the thing as well. So it's
Yeah.
hard because people are like, "Oh, that was terrible." It's like, well, yeah, but they did the best that they could.
I know, like if you've played Final Fantasy X, you know the final big scene between Tidus and Yuna. And in the Japanese version, the last thing she said was arigato, which is thank you. But in the English translation, they made it I love you.
And then he said, "I know."
No.
That was the
He
way
said
to
nothing.
Merlin's house.
I don't know.
Let's see. We came up that way. Did we walk through the town?
Are we gonna start singing chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree?
All right, we'll
Sweepers as
stop here and we'll
lucky
pick up the next episode
as
with
lucky can
which
be.
direction we're supposed to go.
We're directionless at present. We apologize for that, but see you next time.
All right, ciao, ciao.
Or hear you next time. Or talk to you next time.
Yeah. Snip. Snip.
Transition noises.
Ta-da!
Oh no, it's gonna rain.